Hi everybody, I'm Carlin. Welcome to yoga. Today's flow is all about strength, balance, and mobility. We're going to be doing some pretty strong movements, but we'll be moving in a way that's a little bit fun and different from our traditional vinyasa class. You don't need any props but your mat, and we're going to get started in tabletop position, so I'll see you there. So before we move through some cat-cows here, check that your wrists are right underneath your shoulders, fingertips spread wide, and your knees are right underneath your hips. So we're just going to start moving the spine with some cat-cows. On the inhale, drop the belly, lift the gaze, and on the exhale, tuck the chin, round through the spine. So as you inhale, you feel the shoulders retracting, pulling towards one another and down your back. And as you exhale, you feel the protraction of the shoulders. They're sliding away from each other across the upper back. Keep moving just like this, traditional cat-cows for a couple rounds. And then we're going to add a slightly different twist into this. Just take your last round here and then come back to a neutral spine. So our cow pose will stay normal. On our cow, we will press into the tops of the feet, drop the belly, lift the gaze. But then for your cat pose, you're going to tuck the toes, lift the knees, and round through the spine. So we're starting to add in some core work here as we move through the spine. And then you'll drop the knees, untuck the toes, drop the belly, lift the gaze, and then tuck the toes, lift the knees, lift the upper back, rounding through the belly. Keep moving just like that. I'm already feeling this in my low belly, and I'm feeling this in my arms as well. Couple more rounds here. You might already be starting to sweat, especially if you're practicing in the sun like me. It's a whole new meaning of hot yoga. Just one more round. And then the next time you come into that cat pose, we're going to stay with the knees lifted. We're just going to keep a neutral spine. And then from here, see if you can step that right foot back, keep the left knee off the ground, and then see if you can reach that left arm forward. Maybe you reach the right leg up as well. Keep the knee hovering. And then come down, switch it out. Hover the right knee, step the left foot back. Maybe the right arm comes out. Maybe the left leg lifts. Crazy core here. Let's do it one more time each side. Last side here. And then come back through center, drop the knees, and find a child's pose. So we started out hot here, already building heat in the core, in the shoulders. We're going to keep it moving in class today, continuing with those big strength-based movements. And just know that you can always come back to this child's pose, this place of rest. And remember that you are where you are today. So just do what you can. And if there's something that you can't do, just remember that you can't do it yet. Keep working towards it. Let's stretch out the shoulders before we continue to move. So come up to tabletop. Keep the legs in that child's pose position. Press into the left palm, reach the right hand up to the sky, twist open, and then thread the right arm underneath the left. Come down to the right shoulder, the right ear, and we're in thread the needle. If you'd like, you can walk the left hand forward, pulling that left hip back. Breathe into the shoulders. Just another breath or two here. And then walk the left hand back underneath the left shoulder, press into it, reach the right arm up, and we'll switch sides. Right palm presses down, left arm reaches up, twist open, and then thread left arm underneath right, coming down to the left shoulder, the left ear, and maybe walking the right fingertips long in front of you, pulling the right hip back, and sending your breath into the shoulders. We're going to be using our shoulders a lot today for strength building, so we want to make sure we're giving them a nice stretch before and after the work as well. Just another breath or two here. And then when you're ready, you're going to walk the right hand back underneath the right shoulder, press down into it, lift the left fingertips up to the sky, and then come down. And from here, we'll meet in a downward facing dog. You can stay in stillness in your downward facing dog or find any movement that feels good. Maybe bending through the knees one at a time. We won't be here for long, just as a nice resting pose, a nice stretch. And then we're going to move into a little bit of a plank series. So straighten through the legs, gaze forward towards the hands, and we're going to rock forward into a high plank, stopping when those wrists are right underneath the shoulders. Stay in your high plank for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then come down to the forearms. Make that 11 shape with the forearms. Spread the fingertips nice and wide. Press down into the elbows, holding here. And then walking the feet in, lifting the hips for your dolphin pose. Take a breath, reach the heels down towards the ground, and then walk the feet back out to your forearm plank. Again, walk the feet in, lift the hips, dolphin, stay for a breath, and then walk the feet back out, forearm plank. Keep moving just like that, really strong, squeezing everything nice and tight. Let's do one more round here. The next time you come into your dolphin pose, hold there for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop the knees and we'll find a puppy pose. So keep those knees, hips distance apart, stacked right underneath the shoulders, and just walk the hands forward. Melt the chest, the forehead down to the ground and breathe. Two breaths here. When you're ready, walk the hands back underneath the shoulders and move back into your downward facing dog. And from your down dog, bring the big toes to touch, lift the right leg up to the sky. Exhale, tap the knee to the right elbow. Inhale, lift up three-legged dog. Exhale, tap the right knee to the left elbow, nice and slow. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, step the right foot in between the hands, drop the back knee, and find your low lunge. You can untuck the toes here. Take a moment just to settle in, keeping the fingertips tented on either side of the right foot. Toes can be tucked or untucked. And when you're ready, we'll find a twist. Plant the left hand inside of the right foot. Reach the right fingertips up to the sky. One long line of energy from the left fingertips to the right, squeezing the inner thighs together. And then pull your belly button in and up here. Engage the core to come up to a twisted low lunge. So your right arm is back and your left arm is forward. Make sure this twist is through the torso. One more inhale here. And on your exhale, reverse it. Right hand down, the left hand up. Maybe that right hand comes to the back of the left thigh. One more full breath here. And then when you're ready, cartwheel the hands. We'll step back to our high plank. From your high plank, lower down halfway, chaturanga. Lift up back to high plank. Hips lift downward facing dog. That will be the vinyasa that we'll take today. For the sake of these strength building postures, we're going to skip the upward facing dog, just to build a little bit more heat again in the triceps and the shoulders. So bring the big toes to touch, other side. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, tap left knee to left elbow. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, tap left knee to right elbow. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, step the left foot in between the hands, drop the back knee, untuck the toes or keep them tucked, and stay here for a breath. Tented fingertips on either side of the left foot, sinking down into the left hip. And when you're ready, we'll find that twist. Right hand plants inside of left foot. Left fingertips reach up to the sky. Breathe here. Squeeze inner thighs together. One more inhale. And then again, use your exhale, use your core to bring you up to that twisted low lunge. Left hand back, ooh, right arm forward. One more inhale here. And on your exhale, reverse it. Maybe that left hand comes down to the back thigh. Right arm up and over the head. One more full breath. And when you're ready, cartwheel the hands. Step back to your high plank. Lower down halfway, chaturanga. Lift up high plank. Downward facing dog. 5 breaths here. You can stay in down dog. You can come to dolphin pose, dropping the forearms, or you can rest in a child's pose. Choose whatever feels best for you. I'm just going to take a breath in my child's pose and then come to my dolphin pose. Building more heat in the shoulders. Just another breath or two. And then if you're in your dolphin pose, see if you can press into both hands at the same time to lift the elbows at the same time and come back to downward facing dog. Just like that. Bring the big toes to touch. Inhale, lift the right leg up to the sky. Exhale, right knee taps to right elbow. Inhale, lift it up, three-legged dog. Exhale, tap right knee to left elbow. Inhale, lift it up, three-legged dog. Exhale, right knee to right foot steps to the top of the mat. And we'll come into our low runner's lunge here. Take a moment, get set up. Staying nice and low, maybe rocking back and forth. And then when you're ready, left hand plants, right fingertips reach up to the sky. Same twist, but the back knee is lifted this time. One more full breath. You probably can guess where we're going. Come to the left fingertips, and then use your core, see if you can hover those left fingertips above the ground. Then come all the way up into that twisted lunge. Right hand back, left hand forward. Bend into that right knee, one breath here. And on your exhale, reverse it. One more breath. And then cartwheel the hands. And this time, we'll just step right back to downward facing dog, because we are going to come back to that sequence. Left leg lifts up to the sky, inhale. Exhale, tap left knee to left elbow. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, left knee to right elbow. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, left foot steps in between the hands, staying nice and low. Breathing here. And then when you're ready, right hand plants, left fingertips reach up to the sky. And from here, bring the right fingertips to the ground. Then see if you can hover them, and then come all the way up to your twisted lunge. One more inhale here. Exhale, reverse. One more inhale. Exhale. And then cartwheel the hands. Step back to your downward facing dog. From your downward facing dog, you can stay, you can find a dolphin, you can drop the knees and find a child's pose. If you have sweat in your eye, like me, you can go ahead, wipe that out. Come into your child's, your dolphin, your down dog. Just take a couple breaths. We're going to add on to that sequence, finding some more balance, some more strength challenges. And this time, we'll move a little bit more quickly through the first part of the sequence. So when you're ready, make your way back to your downward facing dog. And from your downward facing dog, lift the right leg up to the sky. Exhale, right knee, right elbow. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, right knee, left elbow. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, right foot steps in between the hands. Come right into your twist. From your twist, let the left fingertips hover up to your revolved lunge. Inhale here. Exhale, reverse. Inhale here. Exhale, come forward. Hover over the right shin. And then from here, up into warrior three. I'm running out of space here, so I'm actually going to step back a little bit. Coming into your warrior three. And then from your warrior three, lift the left knee into the chest. Hold here. Pull your core in. And then take the hands, interlace them underneath the left foot, and start to straighten through the left leg. But keep that fold. We're going to lower into a pistol squat, slowly bending the right knee as we lower down. Once you come all the way down, see if you can let the butt hover just above the ground for 5, 4, 3, 2, on 1, see if you can come to your seat. Keep the left foot in the hand. Reach it up to the sky, stretching out the hamstring, the back of the left leg. And then from here, keep the left leg straight. Bring the right leg to meet it. You're in your boat pose, holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, on 1, cross the legs, step back to your high plank, lower down, lift up, downward facing dog. 3 breaths in between sides, come back to your breath. Wipe sweat or drink water if you need. Last breath here. And when you're ready, lift the left leg up to the sky. Exhale, left knee, left elbow. Inhale, lift. Exhale, left knee, right elbow. Inhale, lift. Exhale, step it through. Inhale, twist. Hover here, revolved lunge. 1 inhale, reverse. Hover, warrior 3. And from here, we're going to come to standing. Lift the right knee into the chest. Holding here, find your balance. Use your core. And then when you're ready, take the hands underneath the right foot. Start to straighten the right leg as you fold over it. And we're going to slowly lower down into our pistol squat. When you get all the way down, let the butt hover. 5, 4, 3, 2, on 1, sit down, keep the right foot in the hands and lift the knee in towards the nose. Stretching out that back of the right leg. Take a breather here. And when you're ready, keep the right leg up. Bring the left leg to meet it. Bend the knees if you need to. Hold in boat for 5, 4, 3, 2, on 1, cross the legs. Step back to your high plank. Lower down. Lift up. Downward facing dog. Drop the knees, child's pose. From this child's pose, we're going to come forward onto our bellies, setting up for a shoulder stretch before we do one last core segment of class. From here, keep the left hand planted underneath the left shoulder. Take the right arm out long to the side or maybe to a 90-degree angle. Take the right ear down to the ground and start to come onto the right side. Maybe you lift that left leg. Maybe you step it over the right leg. Feel the weight in the right shoulder, stretching it out. Back through center, right hand underneath right shoulder, left arm long or to a cactus shape, coming onto the left shoulder, maybe taking that right foot behind the left leg. One more breath here. And as you're ready, make your way back through center. And then we'll just come back through a child's pose. Just take a breath here. And then meet me back in your downward facing dog. All right. Oops. So, tuck my microphone back in. We're going to take one more little core sequence here. So we're going to move from a downward facing dog to a high plank. We're going to lower all the way down to our bellies, take a locust pose, a back bend, come back into our plank and back into our downward facing dog. So start to move through it with me or watch for the first round and then join in. On your inhale, come forward. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift up locust. Exhale, plank. Downward facing dog. Keep moving just like that. Inhale, plank. Exhale, lower. Inhale, locust. Exhale, plank. Downward facing dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, locust. Oop, lower down, locust. Back to your plank. Back to your down dog. Let's do it 2 more times. Move with your breath. Last one here. Downward facing dog. Drop the knees, child's pose. For this child's pose, I'm going to take my knees together, round my shoulders forward, take my arms long behind me. Breathe here. When you're ready, we'll make our way up to a seated position. I'm very sweaty. This might be my last yoga class in 90-degree weather for a while. We're going to cross the legs, bending both knees, stacking the right knee over the left for Gomukhasana legs. You'll start to feel this in your hip. Take the right hand over the head, pat your left shoulder, and then take that left hand out to the side with the palm facing backwards. And you're going to bring that hand to the back, maybe the fingers clasped together. So let me show you what this looks like from the back. Hands look like that. If you can't reach, I've got a braid here to help me out. I'm just gonna take my hand maybe to the braid or to the back of your shirt and just hold there. We'll come back to the front now, right over left. And just take a couple more breaths here. One more breath. And then slowly release, switching out the legs. Cross the left knee on top of the right. And this time, we're gonna take the left arm up to the sky, pat the right shoulder, right arm back, right arm forward, thumb faces down, palm faces back. And I'm gonna take my hand to my back. This side I cannot touch hands on yet. Little less flexible on this side. So I'm gonna, again, just grab the end of my braid and imagine that I could someday reach the fingertips together. Couple breaths here. And even though I'm not touching, I'm still feeling that same intense stretch in the shoulder and the tricep that I did on the other side. One more breath. And then slowly start to unwind. Bring the legs out long to a wide V shape. Take the right forearm inside of the right leg. Left arm comes up and over the head. Try and see if you can imagine reaching past that right foot, not necessarily bending and reaching for the foot, but past it. Stretching out the side body, opening the left shoulder. And then we'll take it to the other side. Bring the left forearm to the inside of the left leg. The right arm up and over the head. Reaching past that left foot rather than for it. Opening the right shoulder. And then just come through center and find a forward fold. You can let the head, neck, and shoulders round forward, stretching out the calves and the hamstrings, the backs of the legs, but also stretching out the upper back, the neck, tucking chin to chest. And as you're ready, we'll slowly make our way to a seated position, just finding an easy seat. Taking one hand to your heart, one hand to your belly. And we'll close off that strong class with some nice strong breaths. Deep inhales through the nose, belly rises. Exhale out the mouth. Inhale. Exhale, let go. Inhale. Exhale, let go. Inhale. Exhale, let go. Last one here. Bring the hands to heart center. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me. I hope to see you again soon. Namaste.